Okay, I'm sorry, but my OBS for some apparent reason just disconnected. I'm very sorry for that, and I'm now back into the game. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. I can't do anything about that. Sometimes OBS just disconnects for a random reason. But now I'm back into the game, and we're at the same point as we were before. More and more hussars, still st4rk preserving his precious cavalry archer army, and MbL still going strong on the Tarkans. Alright, now a major flood of hussars coming in again onto MbL's economy. But they will meet a whole bunch of heavy cavalry archers, and they will actually cut them down. It seems like if MbL is not careful, but he is careful. He's preserving them. They are precious, as are the cavalry archers from st4rk. That's why he's not really moving out with them. And yeah, these hussars getting dealt with. These hussars at the gold getting dealt with as well by Tarkans, but it's so weird to see that MbL is just being on the hunt all this time. st4rk is not letting down, and every time MbL is trying to go into st4rk's base, there's a whole bunch of hussars just coming in and letting him chase his army. And very nice position here from st4rk again with this cavalry archer. I think we are in for a very long game, guys. MbL is really running low on gold right now, so he won't afford those Tarkans for much longer time. He needs to get his upgrades for his trash units right now, because eventually, if he's not careful, he might end up being behind in Imperial because of better upgrades for st4rk on his trash units. He's already made the pikeman upgrade. He's now making the halberdier actually. He has nearly all of the upgrades for them. He just needs 2 defensive upgrades. But in a prolonged trash war, st4rk should have the upper hand if his wood is not running out. Just because of the upgrades, just because of pure upgrades. I really like how st4rk is using his CA and his hussar to defend from all this raiding. Keep in mind that, of course, st4rk has a much easier time defending because he only has this little corner here to protect. MbL literally has the whole map. He has map control, so he has the whole map to defend. So as I said before, 1 relic for MbL is still on. Now he's on 4 actually, and there's the 5th coming in for him as well. So that is a huge point. That's a huge point for him. So in a trash war he might even have the upper hand because of the siege. But now hussar upgrade coming in for MbL, so he's upgrading his siege quite well. Elite skirmishers with full upgrades, nearly full upgrades. Yeah, full upgrades actually. And more stables coming in, so we will focus mainly on hussars and skirmishers, which is a pretty nice decision. But more and more raiding coming in from st4rk. He's doing such a good job in just raiding MbL wherever he can, but MbL reproducing villagers constantly, so he's actually at more villages than what he started in Imperial, like easily 20 more villages. Now st4rk already switched into full trash mode, and if you look at his resources, he's kind of running low a little bit. He's on 73 farms, which is a very nice count, but he's still running low a little bit, and his wood is not the best. This castle will eventually deny this wood line. This wood line has already been denied quite often, so let's see where this is going in the long run. Oh, major fight here. MbL shouldn't take this fight. There's no way he will win this with the full trash army from st4rk. And those CA... Oh, come on, retreat them, retreat them, retreat them, retreat them. Oh my god. This is very exhausting to cast. More forward stables now coming in for MbL. He wants to get more raiding in. He wants to gain even more map control. He doesn't want Stark to expand anywhere further on this map, because that would give him more opportunity to actually win this game. Now a huge flood of Hussars finally for MbL as well. He's on 61 farmers, not so much as Stark, and we can only see that at the wood count. His economy seems not to be as well balanced as Stark's, and there still is one big gold mine left. I'm a little bit surprised by that. That's a huge chunk of gold. It's that's like nearly 1,800 gold or something left in there. That could be a huge deal for trebuchets, or maybe even more rams or siege rams. Siege ram upgrade actually coming in now for MbL. So with siege rams in a pure trash war, you can push everything. Like, there's no doubt about that. Siege rams are just killer in a pure trash war. They can just steamroll through everything here, and as soon as the farms from Starks gets taken out, or actually both the farms economy get taken out, it's pretty much over for either player. And this is a very bad fight for Stark, a very good fight for MbL, and Stark nearly wasted all of his army here. The CA kind of got caught here in the retreat, so now the precious CA that have been preserved since late Castle Age are now nearly all gone, and it's been transferred into a pure trash war. Relic picked up finally for MbL, so he has 5 now. A bunch of Hussars back in MbL's base. They will do huge damage. Where did they cut through? Oh, they get through the oasis here. Alright. But they will be a huge blow to MbL's farm economy, and looking at his resources, he is running low on wood, so he won't really, and running low on food. Oh my god, and he's now pushing back MbL in the front as well, but saying that, more Hussars coming in the south. But they get taken down by the halberdiers quite well. It's really nice choke point here for Stark, trying narrowing the path from the Hussars into his base. And these Hussars still doing a lot of damage. Village numbers though still in favor of MbL. Military numbers still even. God, this is a very exhausting game, and I think for the players it's a very exhausting game too. We're already 1 hour and 16 minutes in, but there's the siege rams. That's the huge point. Now MbL needs to get a huge army and put. Okay, no, he's straight up going for it. He's not hesitating a bit, and while still in the north there's a lot of raiding going on, he's trying to push with siege rams now. And as I said before, siege rams backed up by a bunch of trash in a huge trash war just steamrolls pretty much everything. And you have to bear in mind that those 6 siege rams having a lot of armor, they're really doing a good job at pretty much everything that Stark has to offer. But MbL is getting vastly outnumbered here at the front. I don't know why he really pushed out that early, because he didn't have any army to back his siege ram up. Like, he had a little bit of army, but not too much, and now it's pretty much a waste of siege rams. And I don't know, this was a little bit impatient, a very impatient push from MbL, and he might even get pushed back here. This game could still go either way, and there's still Hussars going strong in MbL's base. What a game. Yeah, more siege rams producing for MbL. No, he's really running low on resources. He's not reproducing most of it. A lot of villagers from him are idle. 15 villages at the moment for him idle because of the huge amount of raiding. He's now getting the idle villager number down as best as he can. Military is still pretty even, but MbL's military is so far spread out. He's just all the time focused on chasing a Stark down as best as he can. But he's not really doing the greatest job at it at this point in time, and there's more and more villagers going down for MbL. And at first time for a huge amount. Stark actually has the villager lead and the military lead, so he wore MbL down pretty nicely, I've gotta say. And he's not even committing to this fight, he's just running through, getting economy damage done. He's not even fighting this, and he's exactly doing what he needs to do to actually win him this game. But still, the point is, MbL has the relics. Those forward siege workshops got taken down, but MbL can still afford siege rams. Siege rams now for Stark as well, taking down those forward buildings. And MbL doesn't really have a response to this at this point. MbL is pretty much playing the M right now. He's nearly all of the units fully upgraded. But that's not helping anything against this full trash army, and he's really low on wood. Is he cutting any wood anywhere? Yeah, he's cutting here, but that's, and here maybe, but there's no villagers on that. So that's his only main wood income right there on this lumber camp, and other than that he doesn't have much, and he's still running very low on resources. What about Stark? He's running low on food actually. Keeping in mind that he has like 80 farms, it's really going to show what huge number of military and what huge number of trash both players are producing. And this monastery got taken down, and 3 relics less for MbL at this point. All of a sudden, in an instant, just 3 relics down. And MbL has finally closed this. Seems like he finally closed this gap here. And those hussars will go to waste. And these hussars coming into the last wood economy of MbL. He's garrisoning as fast as possible, and he's trying to go in here, but the siege workshop is denying that. But there's still a gap in between the stables, and Stark can go freely through to MbL's base. But he's getting caught up by those hussars. This is an exhausting trash war, I gotta say. And siege rams now for Stark, taking out the forward castle from MbL. He's not really has too much to stop this. A really huge key factor for MbL is that he doesn't have halberdiers. And in a huge trash war you won't want to have all 3 types of units. You want hussars, you want skirmishers, and you want halberdiers. Relying purely on skirmishers and hussars can work into your opponent's favor. And saying that, that's what I said before, because MbL doesn't really have all his trash fully upgraded. Stark has in Wise Foresight. He doesn't have the last defensive upgrade for his halberdier, but that's not too bad. It would be nice to have it, of course. And seems like it's a pause or a drop, I'm not sure. Yeah, Stark still with no monastery. It seems like he sold a lot. And 0 food for MbL actually. Whew, that is quite exhausting, I gotta say. I hope it's not a drop. Huns don't have the upgrade, yeah, sorry. That was a little bit of a mistake on my part. Who's winning? I don't know. It could still go either way. But Stark has fought his way back into the game quite nicely, I gotta say. Whew. Okay, let's see if they're back into the lobby. No, they're not. This game is going. The game is going on. And the trash is still going strong. And Stark now denying MbL of his last woodline. I think he recognized the situation that this is MbL's last really woodline that he's cutting trees from? Oh no, he has this one here as well. But a lot of villagers getting taken down yet again. And the more villages he's get taken down, the harder it will get to actually replenish them. Because he needs to support army as well, and his food count is dropping massively. Now more and more raiding coming in. Like, Stark's strategy here is to just disrupt MbL's economy and just wear him down with a perfect defense at home. Like, he's not taking any damage at home, and he's taking all the damage to his opponent, to MbL, while pushing with those siege rams. Nice job by MbL, pushing with those siege rams in the front of MbL's base, while distracting most of his main army at the home base. And those guys in the game room are kind of distracting, but I guess you can bear with me. So these halberdiers will make a huge impact onto those hussars if those skirmishers aren't in the mix as well. And another siege ram on this castle as well, and this castle will get taken down. And more siege rams and hussars coming in. I guess this is the game for, this could be the game for Stark. If MbL doesn't push Stark back immediately, he will lose this game. And I don't know why, but this game just speeds up randomly. And oh my god, it slowed down tremendously. And GG, well played. GG, well played. Stark brought this game back. Wow, I guess it kind of came down to the fight here that MbL took with his Tarkans. He kind of wasted everything there. Well played by both guys. I thought MbL had it at one point, but Stark just did everything right from that point. And MbL says it in the room, shouldn't throw it with Tarkans. And that's what, he was kind of a little bit, I guess, too confident, and took fights he shouldn't have taken. But Stark was banking on that, basically. And now it's 2-1 for Stark in this best of 5 series. Alright. Match point game already for Stark now. The game was not dropped, no, Stark won it in the end. MbL called GG, yes. Stark had the upper hand in the trash war because he did have all the upgrades, and MbL didn't. He didn't have halberdiers, for example, and he wasted his siege ram push for no apparent reason. It took many unfortunate fights for him, which was a huge waste.